What is going on, guys? It's Gaming with my review of Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, episode 4. And the episode starts off with the pirates are now boarding the ship because they want this cargo. And of course, they attack all the people on there. And they even go as far as attacking the captain. But luckily, Morgiana, she goes into action and she saves the guy's life. So these pirates, they all have this magic tool where they basically can shoot out balls of water. But when Morgiana attacked this guy, it turns out it's nothing but a little kid. So now they realize that all these pirates are just little kids. But the thing is, these pirates cannot defeat our 4 heroes. And so these pirates, knowing that they don't have a chance, they go as far as to calling in Orba, who comes to the rescue, because he actually has a greater magical weapon than the other ones. So now Orba thinks that Aladdin is a little kid, which he is, but he's not one of those kids that will become a pirate, as we all know. So when Aladdin goes to make a move, one of them actually shoots a ball of water, and it hits Aladdin so hard that it knocks him out into the water, and he leaves behind his staff and his flute. So now in the water, they're actually gonna go rescue him, but before they can, Orba uses his weapon, or his tool, which is greater, and locks them in a huge ball of water that they can't break out of, because by the time they try, they're already going overboard. But luckily, they are saved by Hakuryu and Zagan. So once they're back on shore, thanks to Hakuryu, using those vines and wood to bring it back onto the boat, he actually, fights them all, and he basically, one-shots them. And I gotta say, his arm, it was really freaky. If you look at it, it looks so freaking weird. Because like first, it's like a huge, like to me, it like his arm kind of overtaking him. But of course, he's in control of it. And so he actually, turns that arm into a wooden dragon. I believe it was more than one actually, and he uses those dragons to knock everybody out. So now Orba, like knowing that they don't have much of a choice, don't have a choice but to give up, he actually pulls out Aladdin and use him as a hostage, because if they would, continue to fight them, then Orba would have tried to kill Aladdin. But now, even though Hakuryuu had to give up, he actually had a backup plan where he was planning where he put I guess it was a seed into one of the cargo bags. So now that the pirates had got away, they finally go to the shore, where and we learn that that all these people, that are living at the port, they were attacked by those pirates, and the Navy actually came there, because this Kingdom Navy, they had came, and we learned that every time that the pirates attacked, they always kidnap the kids, but they're only kids from the slums. And the people in the slums were like begging the Navy to do something and go out there, but they wouldn't, because they were saying that it was impossible to track down these kids, because these pirates can actually go underwater. And then Alibaba, this really struck home for him, because these people wouldn't do anything for people in the slums, but if it was like a royal kid, like a prince or a princess, then they would definitely go out there. And even when they had a way to track down the pirates, thanks to Hakuryuu, who put these seeds in all of the cargo, where he can basically manipulate their vines back to him, and he could track them down, they wouldn't do it. And it was kind of just like it was in Alibaba, Kingdom, where the people in the slums were like hating the people in the palace. And that's why he decided that he'll be the one, with Morgiana and Hakuryu, to go rescue these kids. And people in the slums thought that they were gonna do it like just for money, but of course they aren't like that, and they're just gonna do it for free. So once Aladdin finally wakes up and he finds himself on this ship, Orba actually talks to him, and there seems to be a problem with one child. And when Aladdin becomes nosy and go to check it out, that's when you come across this like magical tool where all these little kids are just like breathing their magic into it so that it can be powered up, and that's how they like travel through the sea. And now that part right there was like really dark, because it's like this kid was on the verge of death, but he was still gonna do it. And it's going to show you how dark this series can be sometimes, because even Aladdin was warning them that this kid, like, he about to die, and yet he's gonna push himself, you know, to go this far. So now, once they arrive, we actually meet the woman behind this, and basically, you know, all these kids have now, you know, depending on the woman, like, she's the actual mother. And I believe I actually know her name. It was like Madura, something like that. Mada Rua, something like that. You know, I believe that her name. That's how her name is pronounced. And to me personally, like, even though her eyes do look beautiful, she does have the eyes of a demon. I'm not gonna lie about that. And she actually Aladdin actually called her out about what was going on, about her so-called blessing, where these kids were gonna die powering, you know, that magical tool. And all these tools have come from that magical kingdom that Aladdin wants to go to. So clearly, you know, the people aren't good if they are making tools like this, and, you know, and she's having these kids use them, so she could be, you know, tied to them. But now, thanks to Hakuryuu, Morgiana and Alibaba, they're on their way there on a ship that like took them to the port, and we see Hakuryuu. He's actually able to use that eye of Ryuk, and he was talking to people in Cinderella. And when Sinbad got on there to talk to them, it was hilarious when Sharkan, I'm probably saying the name wrong, but when he like hit Sinbad, that part was like really hilarious. So now Alibaba is kind of getting jealous, because Hakuryu has clearly mastered the power of Zangan, and he even go that far ahead, you know, to ask him if he can do a Dojin equip, which we clearly have not seen yet in the anime. And it appears that he can. And when Alibaba asked him to teach him, he doesn't want to, and that part was just hilarious. But if you read the manga, you like definitely know what happened later on. But as of right now, I want to know, like, people that are just watching anime, do you think Alibaba will master his Dojin equip anytime soon? But once they get closer to the island where the pirates are, we just see Morgiana using that insane strength of hers, where she basically, you know, throws Alibaba and Hakuryu into the air, and she's like running, you know, on the ship, and she jumps off. And next thing we know, we see them all falling right into the water, where they land safely. And that part was kind of crazy, that they can fall from that height and have no problem whatsoever. But now things are really heating up, because they are here for Aladdin, and these pirates, like, even though there's a lot of them, it's obvious that they can't really, you know, beat our heroes unless, you know, they use those dirty tactics. But now they're in their home, you know, their home territory, so it's not like they could take somebody hostage again. So I'm pretty sure now they could all go all out, because even Alibaba says, who wants to go on a rampage? But this episode, it was really good. It had that like dark feel to it at some part, but it was definitely good. But as always, guys, let me know what you think, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, because that really helps me out. But as always, you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.